10-2, Part 2, Area of Trapezoids. So today we're going to continue on with trapezoids, finding the area of trapezoids. Trapezoids kind of like a cut-off triangle. And we have to identify a couple parts. First thing we have is base 1 and base 2, and you can flip them around if you want to put the base 1 on top and the base 2 on the bottom. That's fine. And we have our height. That's going to be the distance from base 1 and base 2. And here's our formula. Area is equal to 1/2 times the quantity base 1 plus base 2 times the height. Where this is coming from is basically, imagine having two trapezoids and we take them and they're exactly the same, and we flip them over, flip one over, and if we put them together, what kind of shape do you get here? It looks exactly like a parallelogram. Well, the area of a parallelogram is found by taking base times height. Well, what are my bases here? Or sorry, what's my base? It's going to be base 1 plus base 2. And then the height is pretty straightforward. But remember, we have two trapezoids here, so we divide by 2 or multiply by 1/2, and that's where the formula for the area of a trapezoid comes from. Basically, putting two trapezoids together, forming a parallelogram, dividing by 2. So there's our formula. So let's practice it. Find the area of a trapezoid. Now you can use calculators on this. I'm not going to go crazy. I think that's a good thing here. Let's just practice on doing the problems. Excuse me. So plug them in. What's my bases? What's my height? Bases are the parallel sides. So we have 1/2 times the quantity 55 plus 23, that multiplied by 25. You can use calculators, but you have to know your order of operations to make sure that you're not making any mistakes. So first thing you should do is what? You need to add. Remember, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally or PEMDAS. First thing we're going to do is parentheses. Then we need to do multiplication or division, whichever comes first. So we're going to multiply 1/2 times 78. We'll get 39. 39 times 25 gets us 975 square meters, or meters squared. Here's our formula. What's our base? What's our height? Now, this is one where people are going to mess up. What are the parallel sides here? The parallel sides are 6 and 3. So those are the bases. If you put 5 and 4, it's not just the top and bottom. It's the parallel sides that are the bases. So we have 1/2 times the quantity, 6 plus 3, that multiplied by 4. So doing parentheses first, we get 9. 1/2 times 9. Or sorry, I did 9 times 4, it's 36. 36 times 1/2 gets us 18 inches squared. Would you try this one? Here's the formula. Here's how you should have plugged it in. We do the adding inside the parentheses first. Then we'll multiply 1/2 times 34, or you could do 34 times 15, or 1/2 times 15. Commutative property of multiplication, it's not going to matter. And we get 255 centimeters squared. Would you try this one? Plug them in. That's how it should look, plugged in. We'll get that. Then we have 19 times 38, 722 centimeters squared. Actually, that should be meters. Okay, so we want to find the area here, but notice they don't give us the base 2. So what would base 2 be? Well, if the top is 10, and then in that little section of the right triangle we have 3, 10 plus 3 is 13. So we'd have 13 plus 10. Gives us 23. 4 times 23, or sorry, 2 times 1/2 times 4 is 2, and we get 46 meters squared. Now we want to find the area of the shaded region. Well, we have a trapezoid and a triangle inside the trapezoid. Going back to 2 lessons ago, I believe, when we had the rectangle with the shaded part, how did we do that? We'll find the area of the trapezoid. So that'll be 1/2 times 18 plus 22 multiplied by 12. We get 20. So that's 240 for the entire trapezoid. But we don't want the entire trapezoid. We need to get rid of the triangle. In math, if you want to get rid of something, what do? You subtract. So I'll find the area of the triangle. So it'll be 1/2 times 16 times 12 gives me 96 meters squared. I'm going to take the 96 meters squared and take that away from 240 meters squared. That gives me 144 meters squared will be the shaded part. And that's it. You may use calculators to help you out. And thank you very much.